Hi, my name is Garrett Calabra, and this is my first video in the series where I'll be discussing, or at least just trying to get my life together, and get started on neurodata. So, I'm going to Israel, and I'm leaving approximately October 9th to come over and start my neurodata Erasmus Mundus joint program in Masters in neuroscience. And today marks the first day of spending time on it. I quit my job last week on Friday. That was when was that? That it's now July, so it was June 27th. I took the weekend off just to vacation. Monday was cleaning everything around my room. Tuesday, I went and got checked up for some medical stuff, which is good. Needed to do that, as well as just generally process some more things and clean my workspace even more, which I'm happy with. So now I have a working workspace, and I just wanted to talk about today about what the priorities are. So there's a couple things I wanted to get done between now and October 9th. Self-care, exercise, study, books, study lectures, study language, study coding, sleep, and then just practice preparing. So, for example, what do I want to get done with self-care? I would like to maintain a skincare routine, nothing too big. So, skincare routine. And I guess brush teeth, as well as just go to sleep on goddamn time. Because I can't keep on being a workaholic. I have to be in bed, all right, lights off, So, consistent sleep schedule. And journal, I guess. Just a private place to put my thoughts, because I don't know what you guys are up to. I don't trust you yet. Alright, so then there's the next item, which is exercise, which is going to be, hey, I gotta do push-ups, I gotta run, I have to go swim, and also generally diet, because, hey, I do want to try out for the Navy SEALs, try and survive buds, and if not survive, at least thrive. And, well, I have a lot of experience with sleep deprivation, so, let's see how that goes. But I don't just mean like, I need to go jog more, I need to watch what I eat. No, I mean, I need to schedule that too and make a program. So there's the exercise itself, there's the diet, and then there's the program. In the Navy, they do provide a SEALs training regime program thingy. So I'll have to read that. So there's going to be the exercise diet. There's going to be the exercise. Well, they call it evolutions. So let's go with that. And then there's also the exercise planning, or exercise, well, let's say tracking, because you have to track how many push-ups, how many sit-ups, how fast you're going, and just track it all. And there's also studying the books. So I have a lot of books I need to study. So I have to do the first one that was recommended by Neurodata. Let's see. Actually, no, let me pull that up. Let me look at it. What is it called? It was called preparatory course material. So there's going to be Exploring the Brain with Mark F. Baer, Barry W. Connors, Michael A. Paradiso, 4th edition. So Exploring the Brain. And then also Anatomy Coloring Book from Kaplan. I got this back when I was trying to do the MCAT, so I'd also like to try and do that. And outside of that, I also have a couple of other books here. So I would say I would like to read 2 books, not 2 whole books, but I'd like to read 1 book one day and then another different book on the same day. So I'm going to say Exploring the Brain, Coloring Book, and then I guess I'll have to choose, but I'll start with my neural engineering textbook right here, which I actually have to seriously read and not just write notes, but think about, like really read. When reading textbooks is different than reading a storybook, or like a Midsummer Night's Dream, or the Quran, or like any of your other like normal books. You try to absorb as much information that you can with as little effort as possible. So that's something you have to learn. So learn how to properly read books, or learn how to absorb book knowledge. Okay, and then I have the lectures. So there's a couple of like lecture slide decks that was provided to me by the Nerd Data program, so gotta do that. So there are 2 lecture slides. So there is the Kohandan, and then there's also Sloven. And I would like to get through a slide deck each, or a set of slides every day. So 1 slide series each day. And then I would like to still study Hebrew and try to get a handle on that, with thank you Duolingo for being free, and also just online YouTube videos. So let's say for studying language, I want to do 30 minutes of Duolingo, and then 30 minutes of YouTube class. And then I also study Python coding. So Python coding, because that's also part of my preparatory course. And then sleep. Sleep, it has to be 8 hours. Excuse me. So on top of that, I would also like to try and do some sort of charity work, whether it's volunteering with RockMed, or it's trying to clean up the Richmond sand area. So like in Richmond, there's like a lot of great jogging locations, but the slow, there's like a lot of like, I don't know, bunch of carts and trash just everywhere. That should really just be like taken out of there, like mattresses that's just lying in the sand. And I hope to do something about that. That'd be very nice. Today I have to write a blast email to my old job asking them to volunteer donating their blood to Vitalent in San Francisco, and also to check out the Ark, or at least to think about it, to consider about maybe voting to keep Medicaid. Or to come and volunteer at the Ark. That's not too bad, just something like that. Yeah, I'll have to ask my coworker, like, just pre-screen my email, make sure it's all good. I've never done anything like that before. I also haven't received any emails in general about, like, oh, hundreds of people, hey, go do this. I was one of those junior people there, so yeah. Wish me luck.